Welcome to the Marab Show. My name is Marcella Robinson, and I am your host. Today's guest star, Steve Leary. He's a pro football player, or a basketball player also. And with him is his manager, Latricia Breedlove. Steve is also known as El Presidente, meaning the president. Now, Steve, how did you come to call yourself El Presidente?
Well, I became with the title of Presidente, it was given to me.
Okay.
It was given to me because, how can I put it real fast? We are a group of guys who do a lot of music. And everybody saw that I had the best image. Not because I was the best lyricist, I had the best image to break down the door, because when it comes to hip-hop music, nobody is up in the forefront. So that's why they named me the Presidente, because I have the best image, not because I have the best lyrics.
Oh, I thought it was like you're the president because you're from Panama, right?
Oh, that too.
So
that too.
I'm thinking, oh, you're the president of Panama or something, had to do with that?
That was going to call me the general, but everybody knows that there's a general in Panama.
Oh, okay.
So they said, besides the general, was another powerhouse. I said, the Presidente. So I was like, I take it.
You take
And I stuck with it. Un saludo a toda mi gente de Panamá, toda mi gente de toda Latinoamérica que nos están escuchando. Yeah, we are bilingual in here. We're doing the interview in English because it's an English audience, but we are fully Spanish.
Yeah, you speak Spanish.
Fluently.
We want to stick to the English
To
because
the English vocabulary.
I can imagine that most of our audience are English-speaking people.
Definitely. We still got to give a shout out to my Spanish people.
Oh, okay.
Because they're out there listening. We're still here. We're still representing, but, we got to keep it.
What inspired you? How did you come to obtain this gift of singing?
Singing. Okay, basically, when I used to play basketball, because I used to play basketball with the Magic Johnson All-Star.
Wow.
Mike Johnson, yeah, he was my mentor. But once I got my injury, because I injured my left knee, I had to figure out what am I going to do next. I used to be a big fan of hip-hop. I love hip-hop. Then I started listening to it, and I'm going like this. Nobody's doing hip-hop in Spanish like the American guys is doing it over here at that level. So I said to myself, okay, nobody's doing it. Why? Maybe they don't have the gift or the skills or anything like that. So I tried it. And I noticed...
I think that you speaking Spanish, being from Panama, you'd be singing like salsa
merengue,
or something to that effect.
But at the same time, I noticed how hip-hop was a new thing, like how when salsa back then was a new thing and it was starting to explode, and I seen how other companies, and there was a fusion between basketball and hip-hop, because all the basketball game, all the basketball players used to listen to the hip-hop music, because it's like hand in hand. It's like a marriage. So I figure, I was so used to listening to it, but nobody was doing it in my language at that level. So I figure, let me try it. And it's not easy, because when you got 12 countries, everybody in Latin America, they speak different languages that are like Spanish. So what I did is I grabbed the Spanish dictionary and I studied it over, and I read it about 20 times over. So when it comes to be singing now, wherever you're from and all over Latin America, you're going to be able to understand me, because we have like the one that running the industry is the Puerto Rican, and I give shout out to Tego Calderon, Daddy Yankee, and all them. But they have a whole different dialect from people in Colombia or people in Panama sometimes. So when you listen to their music, it's very difficult to understand, because the music is good, but it's difficult to understand what they're saying. So that's the reason that I'm a little bit different, because I'm bringing something that everybody could relate to across the board.
We're going to be hearing some of that music
definitely,
on this show
definitely,
today.
Definitely.
And as a matter of fact, we'll begin with the first one.
Oh, okay, definitely.
About 3 songs.
I'm going to give you guys 3 songs today.
What's the first song you're going to sing? I think it's Muévelo.
The first song I'm going to sing is Muévelo, and that's the remix of
Muévelo means
Alza la mano si tú estás gozando. Everybody know that song from El General. But since we're in the new era, and we got a whole new generation of kids that listen to different type of people, I decided to use the melody, but put a little Presidente twist to it.
Wow.
Make it more modern. So this is the remix of Muévelo from El General, which is now El Presidente.
Well, we can't wait to hear Muévelo, meaning move it. So without any further ado, let's listen to El Presidente singing Muévelo.
1, 2.
Dice Kiko y el Presidente, una exclusiva representando a Panamá. PDY. Quiero cantar y ponerte a bailar, hacerte gozar,
Uy.
tu cuerpo sudar. Quiero ver tu figura mover como un cascabel hasta el amanecer. Mueve tu cuerpo como serpiente, mami, yo te digo a ti que te ves caliente. Mueve tu cuerpo como serpiente, mami, yo te digo a ti que te ves caliente. Manos en el aire, venga el bling bling armando el desorden, siempre con mujeres. Cuando ellas me ven, se acercan y dicen lo que quieren, soy el mafioso dominando el hip hop. En tu presencia un genio. Primero entro, luego escucho, comienzo a rimar y a todo el mundo hipnotizo. Maleante desde Panamá, haciéndote bailar, mujeres a gritar. Siempre lo armado con todos mis soldados, siempre respetado en todos lados. Quiero cantar y ponerte a bailar, hacerte gozar, tu cuerpo sudar. Quiero ver tu figura mover como un cascabel hasta el amanecer. Fenomenal, es mi estilo, carismático, romántico y fino, explicando como vivo, cantando con todos mis amigos, destacando en todos los partidos, malentendido, envidiado, siempre cuando salgo, mega populares en toda atracción, las mami, siempre que me oyen se derriten en mi cara como el sol, a la nieve, impresionando en cualquier lugar, americano y latino conmigo, siempre jugando, vivo, deleitando a todos sin duda, Kiko ayuda, atacando como una cruda. Bilingüe, libertad, encantándoles a todos. Se encuentra simple en un cacho talentoso que por todo el logro descotizado como toda una mina de oro. Quiero cantar y ponerte a bailar, hacerte gozar, tu cuerpo sudar. Quiero ver tu figura mover como un cascabel hasta el amanecer. Mueve tu cuerpo como serpiente, mami, yo te digo a ti que te ves caliente. Mueve tu cuerpo como serpiente, mami, yo te digo a ti que te ves caliente. Mueve tu cuerpo como serpiente, mami, yo te digo a ti que te ves caliente. Mueve tu cuerpo como serpiente, mami, yo te digo a ti que te ves caliente. Quiero cantar y ponerte a bailar, hacerte gozar, tu cuerpo sudar. Quiero ver tu figura mover como un cascabel hasta el amanecer. Uno, dos, DJ Kiko y el presidente. Otra, una exclusiva.
Wow. Isn't that something? No, that was wonderful. What
That was a
made you
little
s-
something,
what-
something,
How
something.
did what kind of inspiration did you get to? Because I know you mentioned earlier about changing it to suit El Presidente and so forth.
Basically, is this on? Yeah. Basically, like I said, I heard the old song, and I grew up listening because when he was doing that, I was playing basketball, and I used to be like, man, that song is good, but we don't have music like that anymore.
Yeah.
We can't think, and it's not even talking about the females, it's just having fun. That's what inspired me. All my music is fun music. When you hear my music, you want to get up on the dance floor and dance.
Is there any specific singer around that inspires you to sing?
To be honest, most of the people that inspire me are from the Afro-American industry, like rest in peace, Notorious B.I.G. 'Cause when I used to play basketball, I met the guy.
Oh, wow.
And he was one of the guys that used to be like, man, how do you do this? How can you rhyme and do this? And another one that I met, but I didn't know him as well, was Tupac. I met him at Prince Club, the Dragonfly in downtown LA. I met him once, and just the way and the aura they had, and what I liked about him, and sometimes people misunderstand him, is the message. Your voice is very powerful. You got to be careful what you say. You got to educate people. That's why the music nowadays, they talk about party. No, these guys inspire me because they had a message behind
That's
their
right.
music.
Good, good.
They
good.
inspire generations. Like, they inspire me, and I know a lot of people that they inspire. Like we got Biggie, we got Snoop Dogg. When it comes to
Yeah.
the West Coast, we got Nas. I mean, we could go on and on. I like them because they were storytelling.
And what I admire about your music in particular, because I've listened to some of your music, it's clean.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know, there
definitely.
are some singers, especially rappers and so forth, they use foul language and so forth.
My
You do not.
music, I created for everybody.
Right.
Meaning from, I would say from ages from 5, was understand to about 90 something. You know, I could do a concert in church. And that was my whole thing. That's why I had to study the dictionary, because there's so many words out there that you could put out there and say things without insulting, cursing, or disrespecting anybody. So that's why when I do my shows, I done shows at churches. I done shows in places that hip hop is not really allowed, but because I'm a vocabulary and my presence and my people say charisma, I'm allowed to go to places that usually most hip hop in Spanish will not be able to go to.
Yeah, and that's a plus. That's
That's a big
positive way of thinking.
That's a big
But,
plus.
I introduced Latricia.
Oh, yeah,
She's your
definitely.
manager.
Oh yeah, let me
And,
introduce her. This is
what makes you want to manage Steve? What's about him that makes you want to manage him?
Well, when I first met him, he told me he was from Panama, and I was shocked off of that first. That was the first shocker. And the second shocker was when he started speaking Spanish.
But you're not from Panama.
And I'm not from Panama.
No,
a lot
you
of
were
people.
born here in the
I was
US.
born here in the United States, but he did tell me that he was from Panama. And then he started speaking Spanish, and then he told me that he rapped in Spanish,
Okay.
and that was like a trifecta, I guess you would call it. And so, yeah, from there, you know, I learned some of his music, and as hearing it and going out and see how the people react to his music, and then, you know, even to him, you know, they react, they have a awe. People are in awe sometimes, and they always tell him that he has the it factor. And so as we go out, you know, I would see that, and then, you know, he asked me to manage him. And I was like, you know, I've never done this before, but just from a lot of experience, you know, doing a lot of variety of things.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I
You
said,
made,
okay.
you made a good choice.
I made
That
a
was
good choice,
good
you know.
choice. Yeah, and I know that you're proud of him. You're proud
Yes.
of his singing,
Yes.
music.
Yes.
And, you know, what he does is a reflection on you, or what you do is a reflection on him, and so forth.
Yes.
Now, we are going to be listening to another one of his songs. I think it's called
Two.
Como Tu. How did you come across this song? How did you come
okay.
to,
This song that I wrote is called Como Tu.
meaning like you?
Like you. What it is me being half Spanish, I noticed that a lot of the Spanish men have trouble telling the female how they feel about them. At first, I had named it sentimientos, which is feelings. Like when you sing something and it's coming from the heart, it's a love zone when somebody appreciates somebody, like from a male to a female, and you just express it. So this one, I wrote it thinking about the male species towards the female species, because you always got the other half of you that when you're down, they keep you up. When you mess up, it says it's gonna be okay. The other half. So this one goes out to all the ladies that are listening out there. And this is for you fellas too, that if you don't know how to tell your lady how you feel about her, sing this song to her. This one is called Como Tu. And let me get it ready.
Well, without any further ado, we're going to listen to Como Tu by Steve El Presidente. Muy bien. That was great. That was wonderful. Oh, yeah, I know. I'm listening to the words and they're saying something to the effect that I've never met another woman like you, and what, you are not number two, you're number one. So,
It's a love
so he's saying that to every woman he meets, or I mean, she has.
No, but basically, that's what I was saying. Imagine if I was your husband, or if I was your boyfriend, and if I'm telling you that, yo nunca había visto una chica como
Like
tú.
you.
So most of these guys don't know how to be affectionate towards their woman. So as a learning process.
Then when he breaks up with me and then he says the same thing to someone
No,
else.
but that, I got a song for that one too. But that's the
Okay.
message behind the song.
But that's
You could
good,
put your
yeah.
female and you could just sing these lyrics in her ear.
Right, because you know some men or some women also don't know how to express themselves to their partner.
That's what inspires me.
So
That's what
good.
inspires
So you're inspiring many men, women on how to express their feelings to their partners, and so that's a plus.
Como tú, eh?
Yeah, that's a plus. So, Latricia, what plans do you have for Steve in the future, El Presidente? What plans do you
At
have?
the moment, El Presidente, we're putting together a Black Spanish tour.
Oh,
Hoping to get together with other Black Spanish artists from around the world, bring them all out to get and travel all over the world to different states. Like let's go to Vegas, Miami, put on shows in those areas.
so you say a Black Spanish tour. They're all singers,
Yes, all
Spanish
types of
singers.
artists, whether it be R&B, rap.
Wow.
I don't. We're gonna get all those in there. Maybe some salsa too. You know, jazz it up a little bit.
Basically, the whole concept of the Black Spanish tour is because as the audience could see, the whole concept of the Black Spanish tour is I'm being black, but I'm Spanish.
Correct.
It's just making everybody aware that there's a lot of Black Spanish out there. Like whenever I go out, it's every day that I go out, people just look at me like I'm a Martian. Apenas que hablan español, everybody's like, whoa. So we just trying to be aware. We have so many talented people. Like,
Yeah.
and like in Panama, we got El Maleante, we got Latin Fresh, we got Houdini, and everybody's dark-skinned.
Yeah.
But we are all Black Spanish.
Speak Spanish.
And we would like
And
to
that's
do
your native language,
exactly.
Spanish.
And
yeah.
we want to do a Black Spanish tour, meaning we want like a mystic tour. We want salsa Black Spanish, we want merengue Black Spanish, but
Wow.
English. And we have this other group that we got Chinese that speak Spanish. They
Yeah,
play
I can
salsa.
imagine, yeah.
So we want to have them into the mix. So when people go to the show, what you see is not what you can.
Right, because yeah, they're Chinese in Panama, and then they learn to
Exactly.
speak Spanish.
Better than me. So
Wow.
that's the whole concept about the
So it's
Black
not
Spanish.
just blacks. It's that
It's-
speak Spanish. Any race that speaks Spanish.
Any
like,
race that speaks Spanish, but you know the main title, because I call it Black Spanish, because we're trying to make people aware about the black people speaking Spanish. But we
Okay.
got the Korean, we got French, everybody speaks Spanish, but it's just people aware. But you
Yeah.
can talk about the Black Spanish story, because I noticed your mic was off.
Yes, I
Oh.
did notice that. Okay, what we have planned for El Presidente is a Black Spanish tour where we're going to get together and go all over to different states and collaborate with different artists. You can be of different nationalities as long as
Yeah.
you speak Spanish, you know. and we're going to get that together so that he can be on the forefront and
and
Get it going.
I found out that he's going to be like, what is it, an ambassador
Yes.
to Panamanian
Yes.
Parade or something?
yes.
What is he? Tell us a little
Okay.
about that.
Let's see. August the 5th, actually, he was crowned and the Panama Parade ambassador for 2017.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
And that's
And
and
the
that
par-
parade is held in Los Angeles.
It's held in
Downtown
Los
LA.
Angeles.
When-
You can
when
give
is the
some more
parade gonna be?
details about that.
Okay, the parade, if I'm not mistaken, is supposed to be on the 17th, but I don't want to pinpoint it. And I'm sorry because I got so many days coming through, but we have a weekend, if I'm not mistaken, the 16th, the 17th, and 18th. LA is taking over downtown. We having the
Wow.
parade. I feel blessed because
downtown
downtown,
Broadway,
downtown
on
LA.
Broadway,
It was going to be on Broadway,
on Broadway.
and they had never had a king in Panama. They had never had a king. This year is going to be the first year, and
Oh, my
they anointed me with that pleasure. And
Wow.
Miss Trish over here got the title of Miss Panama Canal.
All right.
So for y'all that didn't know, we got Miss
Panama
Panama
Canal.
Canal over here. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
And you-
We're trying to bring a whole different element. As you can see,
Wow.
my whole different idea. So we're gonna make this show a little bit different.
And you guys going to be, you'll be leading that parade.
I'm leading the
you
parade,
guys.
and also that Friday there's gonna be a performance at the Hollywood Casino. I'm performing that Friday too, so that's gonna be something interesting. I love
Wow.
it because I never actually did a show in front of my Panamanian crowd. 'Cause usually I get invited from other countries,
Yeah.
and I go perform representing Panama. I never done a show in front of my peers, so
Wow.
I'm looking forward for that. It's gonna be exciting.
Oh, my
so
gosh.
It's gonna be something different. So.
And you told me that you're going to be meeting with the governor.
Oh, definitely, yeah. And because COFECA was a whole different entity, all the queens and kings from Panama, we got a whole bunch of people are meeting up. We're going to be meeting up with the governor of California.
Wow,
It's supposed
Governor
to be,
Brown.
It's going to be
All
down there.
right.
It's going to be something. I might do a little performance for me because like I said, a lot of people, and that's what I'm doing right now. They know who I am,
Yeah.
but they don't know who I am. They can't put a face to the music.
yeah.
And when people see how tall I am, they be like, what? And he's like this, what? And he does it in Spanish, so it's like a whole wow. So
So you
That's how we
have
do it.
so many pluses, you know, not just your height, but your Spanish and you've got the whole package. You know? The Panamanians are proud to have someone representing you
Representing them.
with your background.
Yes.
You wanted to say something else?
Yes, I just wanted to add to that. If there's any artists out there who would like to email us, you can catch us at Cali Pan Am, that's PAMAM, at gmail.com.
So that's Kelly, K-E-L.
No, Cali, like
Cali.
California, C-A-L-I.
C-A-L-I.
Pan,
P-A-M.
No, I'm
P-A-N
Pan
like
Am.
N, like Nancy, A-N.
yeah, M.
M.
Pan
Panam.
Am,
Okay, Cali
yes.
Panam
Yes, at gmail.com.
at gmail.com. If you want to be in touch with them.
Yes.
And unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today.
we're going to finish with one
And
more song, huh?
before Steve features us with another song, I'd like to thank them. I'd like to thank my special guest, Steve El Presidente, for being here with us.
I want to thank you for having us.
I'd like to thank his manager, Latricia. I'd like to thank you at home, my audience. Thank you for
Definitely.
watching. I hope you enjoyed this show. And please stay tuned for the other show. And without any further ado, Steve is going to entertain us with another one of his renditions called
La Murga. This one
La
is one
Murga.
of these old school songs that I had to bring back because from when I was little, my grandmother, my auntie, everybody used to listen to this song. So what I did is I went to the studio, I grabbed the horns, and I said, you know what, bring this back because it's a classic.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to make it into an anthem. So next year for Carnival, which we're going to be in Panama, y'all going to see me in the main stage doing it. This
Okay.
song is called La Murga.
Thanks again, and may
representando
God
a
bless
Panamá.
you as we sit back and listen to Steve's new song.
El presidente. Otra exclusiva. Pinky One. This is the remix. Yeah. Pinky One, stand up. Vamos a bailar mi murga de Panamá, donde todos se alborotan y empiezan a gozar. Vamos a bailar mi murga de Panamá,
Uy.
donde todos se alborotan y empiezan a gozar. Empecemos, eso la vez que está en efecto, explotado de mujeres en vivo y en directo. Me siento bien fino como lo ven, el presidente representando a los variantes. Otro nivel, eso que te digo, vivo en ambos mundos, americano y en latino. Si tú no crees lo que oyes, paso ya conmigo y te lo juro que lo podrás ver. Un día intelectual, ideal, siempre con mujeres, todas son muy sensual. Si hablamos de dinero, todas son sexual. Mi falda, sus panties son mental, elemental, todo aquí es legal, todo aquí somos familia, mi estilo muy letal. Empecemos esto sin tatuaje en mi cuerpo, tanto tú como anfitrión en mi Spanish. Vamos a bailar mi murga de Panamá, donde todos se alborotan y empiezan a gozar. Vamos a bailar mi murga de Panamá, donde todos se alborotan y empiezan a gozar. 1, 2, 3, flow, Panamá, mi corazón, USA, la nación, dinero, la razón, que vine a hacer gozar la gente en el lugar. Algo divertido, te quiero ver pelear, uno de tu cuerpo sin parar. Tienes que sin sudar, eres la comparsa en el medio de mi carnaval. Y yo te digo, si quieres tú, vete tú. Dile a todas tus amigas que traemos limosina. Yo te espero en el lobby con mi primo ya hablando del after party. Y mi hermana